What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today's video we're going to be working on my Turbo NA Miata. Got a couple parts I've been wanting to install on this thing. Got my carbon fiber roof wing and some tail light covers I picked up. I actually had this roof wing sitting on my shelf for a couple months now. Tried to install it, as you can tell by the 3M tape there, but didn't really want to sit on these screws that are going through the Lexan window, so figured out a pretty good idea to mount this thing up. So I actually had some hardware to hold it on. Kind of like how I did on this one. I just blasted a screw through on each side, and then I have some 3M tape in the middle, and it's held up for the last couple of years, but I don't like how you can see the screws and then they're actually starting to rust, so they don't really look the best. But I really like how the roof wing looks on the hard top. It kind of looks like a bubble, more like a turtle without it, so it really needs a roof wing. It's kind of really pushed me from not driving this car as much because I don't really like how the rear end looks without the wing on there. So I'm gonna get that mounted up. I figured out a good way about getting some roof nuts in the back side of the wing here. I think I'm gonna pull a couple of these bolts out, mock the wing up, marked it from the inside, and then drill some holes in the back here, get the rib nuts mounted up, and I could shoot some hardware from the inside. So it'll be all mounted up with like 3 to 5 bolts going through, and then I'll keep that secure, and it'll actually hold the Lexan window on at the same time. So that's a win-win there. But picked up some tail light covers. I've actually wanted a set of these for a long time. I just never know how I feel about them. I do wish they were the Rev 9 ones that had a little bit of kind of bulging going around each circle, because it kind of breaks it up a little bit better. But kind of got a quick little test fit on the clears here, but they do look pretty good. But I do want to see these kind of paint match, kind of give me a better idea how they're actually going to look. But mount up pretty easy with some 3M tape on the back and just throw it right on the tail light there. So that should be pretty quick. Get these wrapped up. I'm kind of leaning towards putting the OEM tails in with the white, red, and amber, because it'll kind of break it up a little bit better with the cover. And I got the clear tails for a good deal, so I'm not really worried about losing them. And they just look good as they are. With the covers, it might be a little too much, so I think I'm going to start working on that, getting those all wrapped up, just because those should be pretty quick, and then we can get a good idea of how it's going to look. It should really transform the whole rear end of this car, because I'm really missing how this angle look with the wing on there. Kind of this backside here, it's kind of hard for you guys to tell, but I'll get some shots later once the wing's on. But this angle right here hits perfectly, but without that wing there, it's just too round right in that corner. So we'll get that all mocked up, and then we can start working on the roof wing there. So I got the taillight covers all wrapped up, came out pretty good. Pretty hard piece to wrap since it's got so many curves to it, and then someone also spray painted it. So every time I wanted to readjust the wrap, it kept peeling up the paint. So it'd be kind of hard to see, but it's a little rough, but came with the best I could do. Is what it is. Got one all test fitted up, and it looks pretty good. I'm not really sure how I feel about it with the clear behind it. I'm really leaning towards the OEM look, so it'll actually have like the white, red, and yellow. So we'll see how it looks. I do want to get both test fitted up on the car and then roll it outside so I can actually get a good idea of what it looks like. But since I got those done, spent some time getting the roof wing all mounted up. Came out pretty good. Just got it taped up in the meantime, and this line came out amazing. So pretty stoked on that, because these eBay wings don't really fit the best. So I remember on this one, I had to spend some time getting it sanded down in the middle. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see it a little bit there. Got it sanded down in the middle so it fits up a lot tighter on the roof there. So luckily I don't have to do it to this one. So now I can just pull a couple of these bolts out, show you from the inside. Just got a bunch of bolts and nuts going around, so I'm gonna pull a couple of these out, and then I can just shoot a Sharpie from the inside, mark the roof wing where I can drill my holes for the rib nuts, and then get some hardware all mounted up. And that thing should be all good to go. But as you guys can tell why I missed the roof wing, this angle hit perfectly with the roof wing, kind of gave it all the sharp edges it needed. So can't wait to get that thing on and actually get some good shots of this thing outside. And the carbon's matching really nice, so pretty stoked on that. So I'm gonna start working on that, get that all wrapped up, and we can see how this thing looks outside. store. I got the wing all matted up on the hardtop, and this thing came out amazing. Super stoked with the fitment and how sturdy this thing came out. I only ended up pulling out 3 bolts out of the window, so 1 on each corner and 1 in the center. I just ended up marking the holes from the inside, pulled the wing off and drilled the holes. I ended up picking up a rib nut kit as well, so it's a pretty cool little kit. Gives you these little inserts that you just squeeze into like metal or plastic or fiberglass at this point, and it gives you some threads. So put a couple of those in there, and then I mocked the wing back up, and then just sent some hardware from the inside, so it's pretty much invisible hardware at this point, and it's super sturdy. So got 1 bolt right there, 1 in the center, and 1 in the far over there as well. And this thing is solid, so ain't gotta worry about that going anywhere. It's pretty much shaking the whole hardtop. And I'm super stoked on how the carbon kind of matched up. It's not the perfect match, but from like 2 feet, you could barely even notice it. So now that this thing's all done, like, I should take it outside and get some good glamour shots. I tried mounting up the tail light covers, but ran out of double-sided tape. So kind of a good thing, because I'm not really sure on how I feel about these. So I'm just gonna rock the clears for right now.
I say hello, 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 hello. You can't do what I do, that's just something you don't. I make this look easy from the way that I told.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, just mocking up some taillight covers on the Miata and then mounting up the hardtop spoiler. I hope I helped out some of the guys that were running the same issue I was, trying to figure out how to mount up the hardtop spoiler without using a ton of double-sided tape and for it to actually be super secure. So if I helped you out, or if you just enjoyed today's video, I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.